I've gathered you here today to discuss the current requirements for entering and exiting the Gifted and Talented program and to discuss critical action research that we want to take based on some of the concerns that you're having regarding our Gifted and Talented program, both with the entering and the exiting part of the program. As you know, we currently have requirements for entrance into the Gifted and Talented program. We usually get a teacher recommendation or a parent recommendation. The teacher recommendation includes a GATE score where students are scored on a 1 to 4 in critical areas. We then look at the state scores, currently NJSLA in math and English language arts of 3rd, 4th, and 5th graders. Previously they were the PARCC scores. We look at the report cards from the previous year or the current year, and then we will have the students take an NNAT3 Naglieri Nonverbal Abilities Test. This looks at pattern and spatial recognition, visualization. You see an example there. Our current scores are to be 65 and above. 6 years ago, the program was starting at a 75 and above. However, to increase the number of students in the program, we had to lower the test scores. Now you're looking at the current roster by grade, 1st through 5th grade, and what the scores are on that NNAT3 nonverbal abilities test. As you'll see, the ones that are highlighted in yellow are test scores below 65 of students who are currently accepted and in the program. We have a large number of them in the 1st and 2nd grade because we're also lacking the state standard scores, and we look at multiple measures. So one of our issues is to find another way to look at students who are in the 1st and 2nd grade besides report cards, which usually tend to be good scores in 1st and 2nd grade. And again, not having their state testing yet, we don't have them that many measurements. So we should be considering something else to look at for 1st and 2nd graders. Students tend to start exiting the program, especially those who are not coming in with a 65 and above, as they enter 3rd grade, 4th grade, 5th grade, because not only does the program get more rigorous in our Gifted and Talented program in 3rd, 4th, and 5th grade, but the curriculum also gets more rigorous in their home schools in 3rd, 4th, and 5th grade. Our current procedures to exit the program are that students must maintain A's and B's in their home school. If a student does not maintain A's and B's in their home school, they will receive a warning letter. If a student does not bring up their grades to A's and B's in their home school for that next marking period after the warning letter, then they will receive a letter to exit the program. At this time, that's the only way that we are exiting students from the program. And the teachers have concerns because there are students in the program with behavioral issues other than social and emotional issues, and they're looking for a way to possibly exit students from the program who are detracting from the students who want to be there. Some of the critical questions that we want to address would be to look at the scores of the students in the past who have been exited from the program. What was their initial score on the NNAT3? And as you know, we only tested students one time. For the students that scored below 65, how many of them successfully completed the program and how many were exited? And what do other schools use as their criteria for entrance and exiting their Gifted and Talented program? And should we have a policy to exit students for repeated behavior problems? The students' concerns currently, concerns currently are that the program is watered down to a certain extent, since we have students that are taking away from students there to work and persevere. There are students who are there more to socialize and are not working independently and are disrupting the class. Some of the issues that we want to consider are bringing in quality gifted students, keeping up our numbers without diminishing the program by lowering the requirements. The administrator 6 years ago moved the scores from a 75 to a 65 because she felt that the number of students in the program was too low and that the district may consider closing the program. Hence, she lowered the entrance exam scores and then takes the students even below the 65 required. We do know that we have other students in the district who are gifted. However, they have not been identified by teachers, so we don't know about them. So perhaps we should be looking at providing professional development to teachers in the district to help them identify gifted students for testing, as the tests are costly to administer to an entire district at $10 per test. And we know we can look at the NJSLA scores and test students who fall in the exceeded expectations in the math and the English language arts. However, that works for the 3rd, 4th, and 5th graders. How can we identify students in 1st and 2nd grade who do not take the NJSLA? So I would like you to consider moving forward what other types of data we might be able to gather in order to answer these questions. In addition to looking at the history, our program has been open for 8.5 years, so we would be able to look at the data over that time period of the students, their initial scores, and whether or not they completed the Gifted and Talented program, whether they've had to be exited from the program. And we can look at what other school districts are doing. And then come back after we've done our research and see what our next step is going to be in designing an action plan. Thank you.